All right, so we're diving deep today into the story of Jayden Daniels,
Oh, yeah.
quarterback for the Washington Commanders.
Commanders, yep.
You sent over this Fox Sports article all about Tom Brady's LFG Player of the Game award.
Right.
And old Daniels just snagged it.
He did.
So we're going to kind of unpack just how wild this rookie's divisional round performance was and what makes him such a standout.
Yeah, and we're talking about a divisional round upset here, right?
Oh, for sure.
The Commanders took down the Detroit Lions 45-31.
Huge.
That's one of the biggest upsets in recent playoff history.
Exactly, and you've got this rookie quarterback
It's crazy.
potentially leading his team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, that's never happened before.
Never.
So we've got to break down why everyone is so hyped about this guy.
Absolutely. So, I mean, right off the bat, the first half of that game, Daniels was 14 of 21 passes for 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, and had a passer rating of 137.4.
Yeah, the second quarter was insane.
Oh, my God.
Highest scoring quarter in NFL playoff history.
Unbelievable.
And Daniels was right in the thick of it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think what's even more impressive than the stats is how he made these clutch plays when the pressure was on.
Absolutely. Those 2 fourth-down conversions were huge. Running for one, then throwing to Terry McLaurin for the other, both leading to touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
And that 20-yard pass to John Bates in the final minutes, just to eat up the clock, ice in his veins.
That's the kind of performance that gets you noticed by the GOAT.
Right.
Tom Brady named him the LFG Player of the Game.
Big time.
And let's be real, that's not just about playing well. It's about making Tom Brady say,
Let's fingo.
exactly. That's a whole other level of respect.
Entirely. And it wasn't just luck. What's really interesting is that the Fox cameras kept focusing on Daniels on the sidelines.
I saw that.
Even in those high-pressure moments, he was totally calm and collected, like a seasoned veteran.
So what's the secret sauce?
Right.
After the game, Brady asked him about that composure, and Daniels talked about his prep with offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury.
And it's not just physical prep, right? He emphasized the mental side of the game, understanding the defense, trusting his instincts.
Yeah.
For a rookie, that's a pretty impressive level of maturity and understanding of the game.
You know, some people might say, well, it was just one good game. But this guy's had a record-breaking rookie season overall.
Oh, absolutely.
He led the Commanders to a 12-5 record.
Huge.
A huge jump from their 8-win season last year.
Absolutely.
And on top of all that, 3,568 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions.
Don't forget about the 891 rushing yards and 6 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, that's where we get into this dual threat thing.
Uh-huh.
It's not just a label. It's a way of playing that really changes the game.
Right.
We saw this in the fourth quarter when he scrambled for 22 yards.
Yeah.
The defense just couldn't contain him.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Is this really the best rookie season we've ever seen from a quarterback?
I would argue yes, and here's why.
Okay.
It's not just the stats, it's the impact on the team. The Commanders were not expected to do much this season,
No.
and Daniels completely flipped the script.
Totally.
But what truly fascinates me is the coaching aspect of it.
Yeah.
Brady asked Daniels about his confidence,
Yeah.
and he instantly gave credit to the entire offensive coaching staff.
So how did the coaching staff set him up for success? We see a lot of talented quarterbacks come into the league and kind of fizzle out.
Right.
What's different here?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
Daniels mentioned that they built a game plan that played to his strengths. Now that sounds simple, but it takes a lot of awareness and flexibility from the coaching staff.
For sure.
They didn't try to force him into a pre-existing mold. They adapted their system to him.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a quarterback who is clearly talented,
Yeah.
but also seems to be benefiting from top-notch coaching.
Absolutely.
But there's always that classic question, are you a better thrower or a runner?
Right.
Brady threw that one at Daniels, and his response was gold.
Oh, yeah. What'd he say?
Man, I think it's the best of both worlds.
Classic Daniels, right?
I love it.
He's not going to be boxed in.
Nope.
He considers himself a complete quarterback, and that's how he's playing.
Yeah,
It's not just about choosing one or the other.
right.
It's about understanding how those two skill sets work together to keep the defense guessing.
So we've got this incredible performance, a rookie QB defying expectations, and the coaching staff seems to be a huge factor. Where do we go from here? What does this all mean in the bigger picture?
Well, on the surface, we're looking at a rookie quarterback who just orchestrated a huge upset in the divisional round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But if we zoom out a bit, this could be the beginning of a dynasty for the Washington Commanders.
Okay, hold on. Dynasty. That's a big word.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had some rough seasons recently. What makes you think this is more than just a flash in the pan?
It's not just about Daniels, right? You've got to give credit to the entire organization.
Uh-huh.
The coaching staff saw his potential, and they built a system around his unique skill set. They're not trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
Yeah.
And now they're seeing the payoff.
Yeah, you're right. It's easy to get caught up in the hype of the star player, but there's a whole team behind him that's making this happen. And what about the fans? The Commanders haven't had a lot to cheer about lately,
Right.
so this must be pretty surreal for them.
I mean, imagine being a Commanders fan right now. To see your team led by a rookie, no less, making a deep playoff run, it's got to feel like a dream.
All right, back to Daniels. Of all the things we've talked about, what impressed you most about his performance in that divisional round?
Honestly, it was his poise under pressure.
Yeah.
The playoffs are a whole different animal, and this guy never flinched.
Wow.
The scrutiny, the expectation, everything gets amplified. And he handled it like he was born for this.
I hear you, but some people are born with that it factor, right? You can't teach that kind of calmness in the clutch. Do you really think it's more than just natural talent?
He definitely has natural talent, but let's not discount the hard work and the dedication.
Yeah.
And the willingness to learn.
Yeah.
Daniels is proof that even the most gifted athletes need the right environment and support system to truly excel.
Right.
That's where the coaching comes in.
Right. And Daniels was very vocal about how the coaching staff prepared him for this game. He didn't just show up and win it.
Exactly. Coaches play such a crucial role, especially for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They're not just drawing up plays. You're building confidence, instilling discipline, and creating a winning mentality. It's like a mentorship, a partnership where both sides are working towards a shared goal.
And right now that goal is the Super Bowl. I don't want to jinx anything, but they're one game away. Do you think they can pull it off?
Well, they've got to win that next game first.
True.
But you can't help but get caught up in the excitement. This team has already surpassed everyone's expectations.
Yeah.
Why can't they keep defying the odds?
I love that energy. It's so unpredictable, and that's what makes it so captivating. We're literally watching history being made.
We are. And it's a reminder that in sports, like in life, anything is possible when you combine talent, hard work, and the right support system. Jayden Daniels is the embodiment of that.
Okay, so big picture, what do you make of Daniels' rise to stardom? What does it tell us about the future of the NFL?
Well, I think it speaks to the evolution of the quarterback position. We're moving away from the traditional pocket passer and embracing these dynamic dual-threat quarterbacks who can beat you with their arm and their legs.
So guys like Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, and now Jayden Daniels, they're the new prototype.
Exactly. And it's not just physical attributes. It's about leadership intelligence and the ability to adapt on the fly.
Those are some big shoes to fill. But Daniels seems to have all those qualities. And the crazy thing is, this is just the beginning for him.
That's the most exciting part. We're witnessing the early stages of what could be a Hall of Fame career.
Whoa, hold on, Hall of Fame. That's a pretty bold prediction. I mean, he's had an incredible season, but it's just one season.
I know it's early, but you see flashes of greatness. The way he commands the huddle, the way he makes plays when everything breaks down, the way he elevates everyone around him, that's special.
All right, I'll bite. Let's say you're right. What are the long-term implications of Daniels' success for the Commanders? Can they really build a dynasty around him?
I think they have all the pieces, but it's not just about Daniels. It's about the entire organization buying into this new style of play, this new philosophy.
Okay.
They've got to build the team around his strengths, and they've got to commit to developing him as a leader.
And what about the league as a whole? Is Daniels ushering in a new era of quarterback play?
He's definitely part of a larger trend. Teams are starting to realize that you don't have to limit yourself to the traditional pocket passer mold.
Yeah.
You can win with quarterbacks who can run, who can create plays outside of the pocket, who can make something out of nothing.
So scouts are going to be looking for more Jayden Daniels types in the draft.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And coaches are going to have to adapt their systems to fit these new types of quarterbacks. The whole new ballgame.
This is getting me fired up. What stands out to you as the most significant aspect of Daniels' success? What's the one thing we should all be paying attention to?
For me, it's the mental side of the game. The composure, the leadership, the ability to handle pressure. Those are the qualities that separate the good from the great. And those are the qualities that Daniels has in spades.
So it's not just about the highlight reel plays, it's about the stuff we don't always see. The preparation, the dedication, the mental toughness.
Exactly. Those are the things that build champions. And those are the things that make Jayden Daniels such a fascinating player to watch.
All right, so we've got this incredible story unfolding before our eyes. A rookie quarterback defying expectations, leading his team on a deep playoff run, potentially changing the landscape of the NFL. Where do we go from here? What are your final thoughts?
Well, I think this is a reminder that the future of football is wide open. We're seeing a new generation of quarterbacks emerge, and they're not afraid to break the mold, and that's exciting.
I love that. It's all about pushing boundaries and embracing change. But let's bring it back to Jayden Daniels for a moment. What do you think his legacy will be?
It's too early to say for sure, but I think he has the potential to be one of the greats.
Wow, that's a bold statement. Are you saying you think he'll go down as one of the best quarterbacks of all time?
I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but the potential is there. He has all the tools. He has the talent, he has the work ethic, he has the leadership qualities, and he has the right people around him.
All right, so you've got talent, work ethic, leadership, and support. What else is there? What's the X factor? What's the thing that will determine whether he reaches his full potential?
I think it comes down to his ability to stay true to himself, to not let the hype get to his head, to keep learning, keep growing, keep pushing himself.
So it's about staying grounded, staying focused, and staying hungry.
Exactly. And if you can do those things, the sky's the limit for him.
This has been an amazing deep dive into the world of Jayden Daniels. We've talked about his incredible performance, his unique skill set, the impact of coaching, and the potential for a Hall of Fame career. But before we wrap up, I want to ask you one final question.
Sure, fire away.
What's the one thing you want our listener to take away from this deep dive? What's the message you want them to remember?
I think the biggest takeaway here is that we should never underestimate the power of potential. Daniels is a prime example of what can happen when someone with raw talent is given the right opportunities and the right support.
So it's not just about being born with talent, it's about nurturing that talent and creating the right environment for it to flourish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that applies to all of us, not just athletes. Whether you're an artist, a musician, an entrepreneur, or anything else, you need to surround yourself with people who believe in you and who are willing to help you grow.
That's such an important message. We all need mentors, coaches, cheerleaders in our lives, people who push us to be our best selves.
And we also need to be willing to put in the work. Daniels' success isn't just about luck or natural talent. He's clearly dedicated himself to mastering his craft.
Right. It's about having that hunger to learn and grow and never being satisfied with where you are.
And that's what I find so inspiring about Daniels' story. He's not just a talented athlete, he's also a role model. He's showing us that anything is possible if you have the right mindset and the right support system.
And he's proving that you don't have to fit into a predefined mold to succeed.
Right.
I can be yourself, embrace your unique strengths, and still reach the top of your game.
Exactly. And that's a message that resonates far beyond the world of sports.
Yeah.
It's a message that everyone can learn from.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the incredible journey of Jayden Daniels, what's the one thing you hope our listener will do differently tomorrow?
I hope they'll go out and chase their dreams with a renewed sense of purpose and belief. Don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't achieve. Find your passion, put in the work, and surround yourself with people who believe in you.
That's a perfect note to end on. This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of Jayden Daniels, and I think we've all learned a lot about talent, hard work, and the power of believing in yourself.
It's been a pleasure sharing this journey with you and our listener.
And to you listening, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing yourself to be the best version of you. Who knows, maybe one day we'll be doing a deep dive on your incredible story. Until next time.